The foolish old man who moved the mountains. 愚公移山。
Once upon a time, long, long time ago, there was an old man called Yu Gong.
在很久很久以前，有个叫愚公的老人。
In Chinese, Yu means foolish, whilst Gong is a term of respect for the elderly.
在中文里，愚有傻的意思，公则是对老者的敬称。
The protagonist of this story, Yu Gong, was nearly 90 years old and lived with his children and grandchildren.
这个故事的主人公愚公已经快90岁了，跟儿女、孙子女们生活在一起。
The whole family lived happily together in perfect harmony.
一大家子人，日子过得和和美美的。
Everything was fine, except for one small problem. In front of their house stood 2 huge mountains.
要说什么都挺好，可就是有一点不好，他们家的门口堵着2座大山。
These 2 mountains stretched for hundreds of miles and soared to a height of over 10,000 feet.
这2座大山方圆有几百里，高逾万丈。
They blocked the road and made travel very difficult.
他们堵住了道路，使出行变得非常困难。
Hence, whenever people wanted to go out to buy something or run an errand, they had to walk a long way around the mountains, which was extremely inconvenient.
因此，人们想要出个门去买点东西，或是办点什么事，就得绕很远很远的路，非常不方便。
One day, as the family gathered together once more, Yu Gong suggested, "Why don't we move these 2 mountains away? That would make things much easier for everyone. What do you think?"
有一天，当愚公一家又聚在一起的时候，愚公提议说：“
不如咱们把这2座山移走，这样大家就都方便了。你们觉得如何？”
Upon hearing this, almost everyone chimed in and agreed.
听罢，几乎所有人都七嘴八舌地纷纷表示赞同。
However, Yu Gong's wife spoke up with concern. How on earth can we move 2 mountains this huge? And even if we could, where would we put all the earth and stones we dig out?
可是，愚公的妻子却担心地说：“
这么大的2座山，怎么搬得动？就算能搬动，挖出来的土块和石头又放在哪里呢？”
Yu Gong replied calmly.If we dig away bit by bit, we'll eventually manage to move them. As for the earth we dig out, we can simply throw it into the sea.
愚公不慌不忙地回答说：“
咱们一点一点的慢慢挖，总能把它们搬走的。至于挖出来的泥土，我们可以把它们扔到海边上去。”
As such, the family resolved to move the 2 mountains.
于是，一家人下定了决心，要把这2座山移走。
They set to work straight away, determined to see the task through to the end. Yu Gong, accompanied by his children and grandchildren, made his way to the foot of the mountains.
说干就干，一不做二不休。愚公带着他的儿孙们来到山脚下。
Every day, they chiseled away at the rocks and dug up the earth, then carried the excavated earth and stones to the seashore using poles and baskets.
他们每天凿石头、挖土，再用扁担和箩筐把挖出的土石运到海的边上。
A neighbor's child, aged around 7 or 8, and had just lost his baby teeth, also came skipping along to help.
邻居家的小孩7、8岁，才刚刚换牙，也蹦蹦跳跳地跑来帮忙。
The mountains and the sea were a great distance apart. With the seasons passing, they could only make the journey once a year.
大山和大海离得很远，冬来春去，1年才能往返一次。
Early one morning, Yugong and the family were tirelessly chiseling away at the mountain once again.
这天一大早，愚公一家又在不辞辛劳地凿山。
An old man ambled over.
一个老头慢悠悠地走了过来。
He lived nearby and was a shrewd fellow. Everyone called him Jiso.
他也住在附近，人很精明，大家都叫他智叟。
In Chinese, Jie means wise, whilst So refers to an elderly man.
在中文里，智有聪明的意思，叟则是指老的男人。
Seeing Yugong leading his descendants in their daily toil to dig away at the mountains, Jiso found it utterly ludicrous.
智叟看到愚公带领着子孙们每天辛辛苦苦地挖山，感到十分可笑。
He mocked Yugong, saying, "You are a fool indeed. No wonder everyone calls you Yugong. You're so old now that even pulling weeds is a struggle, yet you still want to move the mountains? You're really overestimating your abilities and dreaming the impossible."
他嘲笑愚公说：“
你真是太傻了，难怪人家都叫你愚公。你都这么大一把年纪了，拔草都费力，还想搬山，真是自不量力，异想天开呀！”
Hearing that, Yugong could not help but sigh, and replied earnestly, "People call you Jiso or the wise old man, but as far as I can see, you are not even as clever as the neighbor's child. Of course, I alone cannot move the mountains, but after me, there will be generations upon generations of descendants to carry on this work. Our descendants are endless, but the mountains will not grow any taller. As long as we keep digging, how could the mountains fail to be leveled?"
愚公听后不禁叹了口气，语重心长地回答说：“
人们都叫你智叟，照我看，你还不如邻居家的小孩聪明呢。我一个人当然没有办法把山搬走，可我之后还有祖祖辈辈的子孙可以延续这个工程，子子孙孙无穷无尽，可大山却不会增高。只要我们一直挖，山又怎么会挖不平呢？”
Having said that, Yugong went back to digging the mountains.
说完，愚公又继续去挖山了。
Left speechless, Jiso turned red-faced with shame and slunk away.
智叟无话可说，便涨红着脸讪讪地走了。
Later, the mountain god heard about it and, fearing that Yugong and his descendants would continue digging for generations until they had truly leveled the mountains, hastened to report the matter to the heavenly emperor.
后来山神听说了这件事，怕愚公祖祖辈辈挖下去，真的把山挖平，连忙向天帝报告。
The heavenly emperor was moved by Yugong's fearless spirit and perseverance, so he sent the 2 sons of the god of strength to help.
天帝被愚公不畏艰难、坚持不懈的精神打动了，就派大力神的2个儿子去帮忙。
The 2 immortals hoisted a mountain onto their backs each and carried the 2 enormous mountains away with ease.
只见2位神仙一人背起一座山，轻而易举的就将2座大山搬走了。
Yugong's family cheered and rejoiced, overjoyed.
愚公一家欢呼雀跃，高兴极了。
From then on, the ground in front of Yugong's house was completely flat, with no mountains to block the way.
The weather is perfect for a walk today.
Indeed, the harvest will be great.
从此，愚公家的门前一马平川，再也没有高山阻隔了。
As the road was cleared, it became extremely convenient for the local people to go out to run errands or buy things. All the neighbors expressed their gratitude to Yugong's family for their contribution.
由于道路变得通畅无阻，附近的人们外出去办个事、买个东西什么的都变得非常方便。因此，左邻右舍都感谢愚公一家做出的贡献。
The fable of the foolish old man who moved the mountains teaches us that no matter what difficulties we encounter in life, we must never give up easily. For with patience and determination, anything is possible.
愚公移山这个寓言故事告诉我们，在生活中无论遇到什么困难，都不要轻易放弃，因为只要有耐心和决心，一切皆有可能。
Example: if you wish to achieve great things, you must possess the confidence and perseverance of the foolish old man who moved the mountains. As long as you do not fear hardship and continue to persevere, you will ultimately succeed. 例句：要想干成一番事业，你就应该有愚公移山那般的信心和毅力。只要不惧艰难困苦，坚持不懈地干下去，终究会成功的。In life, what is your mountain to move currently?
在生活中，你目前面临的最大挑战是什么呢？
Set your mind, take the first step, and keep going.
下定决心，迈出第一步，并坚持下去吧。
Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you very much and see you again next time. 请记得点赞视频、订阅频道和按下小铃铛哦。非常感谢，我们下次再见啦！